If this project is supposed to be about truth, then it's time I tell you mine. It's only fair. I wasn't always a conspiracy head. I wasn't always a believer. Something happened when I was young that set me onto this path. An encounter with what I now know are the Glimmermen, and with something worse. Me and my friend Síofra were playing in this abandoned hospital near my house. Granny said it was built on a fairy fort and not to go there. But she would say that. People always said not to go there. But people always said stupid things, like not to step on cracks in the pavements and not to walk under ladders. I don't walk under ladders anymore. We had trespassed. I felt it. I just knew it. The noise was strange. Síofra wouldn't move. She told me she wanted to stay. She wanted to stay with the fairies. I ran. I ran away. She'd gotten out too. I assumed she must have been running right behind me. But Síofra started acting differently after that. She wouldn't talk about the things we saw. She'd call me stupid for mentioning them. She stopped coming out to play. She became distant. Then odd things started happening. And then bad things. We never saw her again, obviously. Her parents left the town shortly afterwards. My parents just told me that they all moved together, but I knew different. Someone had taken her because of what we'd seen in the hospital. What had happened to her. So that's why I chased them all this time. And thanks to Selby, I finally have some answers. I know what we saw and what changed my friend. And I kind of wish I didn't.
Various cultures all over the world have accounts of powerful humanoid beings that descend from another realm. These range from classical European fairies, elves and goblins, to the biblical Nephilim and angels. and more recently to the UFO phenomenon of the 20th century. In many tales from Irish folklore, the Tuatha Dé Danann, a race of supernaturally powerful beings, are referred to as fairies. But actually, going back to ancient times, they were regarded as gods and goddesses. The Tuatha Dé Danann were described as having come to Ireland from the north, or, according to some sources, from the sky.
There are over 1,000 separate case files in the Glimmermen archive related to fairies. Most of these are sightings, but there are some major incursions. All of the known contact has been hostile. They are responsible for deaths and disappearances into the hundreds. Their motives and abilities, even until this day, remain unclear. What is clear is that the Glimmermen considered fairies the greatest threat of all the creatures they catalogued. I badgered de Selby for as much information on fairies as was possible. He guided me to an event marked Operation Brazil. It detailed a large-scale mission a month after Síofra went missing. The files I had access to had been heavily redacted or damaged, and what was left mostly detailed the preparation for the mission. There is no information reporting what actually occurred. The operation was so large that the Glimmermen required support from the regular armed forces. After some digging, I was able to track down one ex-soldier who was involved and willing to tell me what he knew.
We were driven in to guard a facility. We didn't know what we were supposed to be guarding. We guessed it was special forces, but we had no idea what would need that kind of army protection. They were transporting in rocks and soil. Still have no idea why. The truck stopped coming, and all was quiet for about 5 hours. And then the radios all lit up. Then this noise started shooting out of them, like a song and a scream at the same time. The noise, the sound, was wrong. Off. When we composed ourselves, we made straight for the base. But it was empty. Not a soul inside.
What did you find in there?
I don't know. I don't want to remember. It's like it was empty, but we weren't alone. And I knew that we weren't supposed to tell anyone what we saw, and none of us did.
Where was the base?
No, I'm not saying. Don't go there, please. Some things aren't supposed to be known. Some things don't want to be.
But some things can't be kept secret. The soldier wouldn't tell me where the base was located, but I was able to get my hands on documents detailing the movements for his unit on the dates of Operation Brazil. From those I was able to get a fix on the base, a small, uninhabited island off the coast of Dalkey. There was something else I noticed. Operation Brazil is the last chronological event in the Rin Anathnad archive. Whatever happened that night was the last recorded instance of the Glimmermen.